Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. Tune in for a vibrant mix of fashion, finance, and life's essential foundations. Join us for expert interviews, insightful discussions, and empowering insights to elevate your lifestyle. From fashion trends to financial tips and personal growth strategies, we've got you covered. So grab your headphones and get ready to be inspired. Tune in now to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show and embark on this exciting journey with us.
Welcome back to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. I am your host, M. Teresa Lawrence. I'm here with my fabulous guest, Jeanette McDermott. And when we left off, she was talking about water, Kangen water. She sells it. And apparently it is very good water. So in addition to the Kangen water, which I want you to share the website for that later, what other projects are you working on now that you want to share with the audience? I understand that you have a book on the Black Madonna. What is that about?
Yes. The Black Madonna is, she goes way back in time, early history. And it's an iconic painting of the Virgin Mother, Mother Mary, Jesus' mother. And over time, through incense burning and candles and all of the soot and all of especially the ancient churches, not the modern ones where they, burned everything, the painting became darker and darker and darker. And now she looks Black. And so in a lot of new feminine theology, there's a belief that the Black Madonna was always Black and that she represents, a whole new sacred feminine divine. So there's a whole, kind of almost religious, teachings around that. So I touch upon that in the book. But the book is really about the Black Madonna Shrine itself in Missouri, which is the only one of its kind in the entire United States. And it's almost in my hometown. It's only about an hour away from here. Mm-hmm. So I've been on pilgrimages. I walked labyrinths, part of this whole nun network thing. You get involved in these sacred rituals and retreats. And I heard about the Black Madonna Shrine in St. Louis. I thought, well, I got to check that out. So I was so fascinated by it and loved it so much. I kept going back. And on one of my visits, again, I got this divine calling. I really follow callings. And it was like, Jeanette, you need to write this book because nobody else has written about this. And you're really compelled to this location. So I did. And the cool thing about this story is a group of brothers from Poland were brought to this area, Eureka, Missouri, by the Archbishop. He invited them because they had a special calling for working with homeless men that were indigenous. And at that time, Missouri was really having, a homeless population problem because after World War I, men were getting work. World War II was on the cusp, a lot of sociopolitical things. But the thing is, in Poland, the Virgin Mother is called Our Lady of Częstochowa, and Częstochowa is a particular place in Poland. And there's a rich history about why she's so revered in Częstochowa. So when these monks come to St. Louis, one of them in particular, Brother Bronislaus, felt a real deep devotion to honor and revere Our Lady of Częstochowa in Missouri. So he set out to build a shrine and grottos to beat the band that will just knock your socks off when you see these grottos, all by hand, one stone at a time, one wheelbarrow at a time. And he wouldn't accept any help because he felt this was his devotion to the Blessed Mother. And so when I started hearing that story, I said, oh my gosh, I've got to write this book. So it basically it called out to me. That's how I found out about that. So I wrote the book and it's in its final proofreading stages. I took all the photographs as a photojournalist. That was easy. And it's called The Pilgrim's Path. It's actually called Walk the Pilgrim's Path. And it's narrative photography, a little bit of history, a little bit of storytelling, a lot of photographs. So, and it's available for pre-orders for people that want to pre-order it and help me kind of boost it so I can get it published because I will self-publish.
Share where we can order it.
Yeah. Right now, it's my website's going to be launched soon. So right now I've got a preliminary website at JeanetteMcDermott.com. 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 And also you can subscribe to my newsletter, The Radiance Report, which is all about radiance and women in midlife and telling stories, like we've been talking here on your show, Teresa. So the book, I can take pre-orders, but there's nothing to click on right now. There will be in the very near future, like soon, but you can send me a message if you're interested, and I'll put you on a mailing list, to learn about it when it becomes available. But you can go ahead and subscribe to the Radiance Report and get my newsletter bi-weekly.
And where can they order the water from?
So send me a message, because it's only done through distribution with like certified international distributors, and I'm one of those. So the water is pretty amazing. I can tell you all about it. Can't go into it here because it's just too scientific and too involved. But the water, I want to say it saved my life. The parasites took me down. I got healed, but they destroyed my gut biome, really bad digestion. So when I started drinking this water, and I've done water fasts since I was age 24. So I've done water fasts spring and fall, 10-day water fast, nothing but water, always with tap water. Oh my gosh, game changer. When I did my 10-day water fast with Kangen water, when I became a distributor 3 years ago, I couldn't believe the difference. Just the health, the healing aspect of this water just bringing me back to balance. So that's when I said, I'm going to sell this water, because I wasn't a distributor at the time. I just took it for my own health.
Right.
So yeah, the water is pretty significant. Major, major, major. Yeah, I'd love to be able to talk about that at some point. So yeah, reach
Right.
out
Well, maybe
to me.
we'll have you back just to talk about water. Well, I want to thank you for being on the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show. You've been a fabulous guest. And once again, if you want to reach Jeanette, her website is JeanetteMcDermott.com, JeanetteMcDermott.com,
Yeah.
because it is a radio show. So get a hold of her. And truly, she is a fabulous storyteller, and feel free to invite her as a speaker to speak at your organization, because she has fascinating stories. I've really enjoyed this interview, and I thank you for sharing your story with me.
Teresa, thank you. This has been a pleasure. And my website's called The Radiant Way. And I'm going to interview you one day for The Radiant Way, because you are radiant.
Thank you. So for everyone following me, please check out thetruenessproject.org or butterflymarch.com. I've got beautiful butterflies behind me, because the last Saturday in June of each year, I host the largest gathering of people dressed as butterflies to honor transformation, because that's what we do as transformational leaders. And that's what we do when we share our stories, Jeanette. So thank you.
Yes, yes, it is. Comes full circle, doesn't it?
Yes. All right. Peace,
Thank
everybody.
Welcome to the Fabulous Lifestyle Radio Show, where we talk about food, fashion, finance, and foundations of life. We are live on KCAA Radio Broadcasting Network. KCAA is affiliated with CNBC, NBC News, and NBC Sports. We are sponsored by Sheltered Studios, Fire Connect, and Building Solid Foundation.